So, hello, we're recording, but I probably won't be giving it out, but I do want to save it just in case there's something there. I like the words Batman and Robin. I changed it pretty much in the book to hero and sidekick because I didn't want to, upset DC. They make wonderful comics and movies and whatnot. But really, when you say Batman and Robin, it's obvious. This is the star, and hi, I'm the sidekick. So that's literally what that is. So we are going to today uh, go through. You get to be a fly on the wall, and you can ask questions. Victoria says, Advanced Tarot Secrets, great book. I love it. Paul Johnson says, page 138 in the Black Book. Allie says, in the Black Book. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Paul. Definitely thank you, Victoria. So, again, here's a little handout. Let me just I minimize that because I'll probably want to bring it back. So let me see if I can drop this here. So here, a little thing should just pop up right about now. And so there it is. If you guys want it, download it in the handout. I'm going to change this one thing real quick so you guys can't raise your hands because it's a deceptive thing, and I think it sounds, rather totalitarian. Oh, you can raise your hands. If you have any questions, type them in. Other than that, what you can expect today is I will probably ignore you guys. No offense at all whatsoever, but this is literally a private lesson that Natascha has been kind enough to say, sure, let's put it out in public. We are going to teach her, or I'm going to teach her, and if you guys want to help out, how to manifest her particular dream. If you want to do this at home, just do what she does. Always use common sense. Apply it to yourself. Kids, stay at school. Don't do drugs. All the proper disclaimers, right? But the reason I'm doing this is very selfish. I want you guys to see what it's like to get a one-on-one private lesson from me. You don't have to share me with the rest of the class. So we're going to spend about 90 minutes. We might even go a little longer today. So it's going to be a long session today. I apologize if you guys are in a rush. But my attention is going to be literally helping Natascha manifest her dreams. There's no guarantees in life, so I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to work. I've got hundreds of testimonials from students all over the place. Oh my God, this works. Oh my God, this works. I could tell you all day long about all the stuff I've manifested. But it was really an individual case. And please, for the love of Christ, I love saying that. Don't take this as gospel. Always use common sense. Always consult a legal, professional. What is it? Always consult a competent professional when seeking legal, medical, financial advice, any of that stuff. So what we're doing is, quote, just for fun, because I don't want the government to get upset at me and think I'm promising miracles. But this is how we make shit happen around here. And I want you guys to just take notes. There will not be a recording that somebody else can watch. Well, I mean, it's being a recording, but I really don't think I'm going to put this up. I think I'm just going to keep this in one of the vaults. But who knows? Maybe we'll change my mind. Again, any questions you have, feel free. Other than that, I'm taking the show over to Natascha and myself. So you'll see as close as we can approximate to what it's like to having a private lesson. I'm having a special right now. I will tell you right now up front, and then I'll tell you at the end, but I'm not going to stop in the middle and give you a big sales pitch. I don't like those kind of seminars or webinars. Hey, here, by the way, here's a big sales pitch. Bottom line, you want to talk to me as a student. As a student's $90 an hour. I generally go long because I'm a blabbermouth and I want to over deliver. But I'm running a special right now. If you commit to a large block of lessons, in other words, if you want to be personally trained by me for some crazy reason that nobody's been able to figure out yet, I've destroyed the price. It's $40 for a 90-minute session. That's less than my students charge for a reading. It's embarrassing. My students are like $60, $200 a reading, and we're around there, or for a session or for partying. I'm like, hey, here, $40. So, and I've only got room for 2 or 3 more people. So That's out of the way. If you want any of that good stuff, if you really want to master this stuff, my name is Dusty White. My email address is really easy. me at dustywhite.net. Or just hit me up on Facebook. I'll give you all the details. All right. That's out of the way. Let's actually do this. Have some fun. Please take notes. Natascha, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for. Well,
Hello.
yeah.
Good, thank you.
All right. So we're starting around 12:44. That means 12:45. So we're probably going to go a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I want to give you a full 90 minutes of me and you. I'm giving you my attention. I'll occasionally glance over at this. This is what I see over here, the little chat thing. And I will glance
Mhm.
over just to make sure I'm not ignoring people. May I read the contents of your email, meaning starting with I've got my manifestation, meaning what you want to manifest.
Yes, of course, go ahead.
Okay, so everybody, here's what we're working on today. Natascha wrote to me and said, I want, in bold print, I want to quit my day job and live abundantly. That's one that's underlined. So I want to quit my day job and live abundantly off of my own therapy business by July 1st, 2017. So, quick
Mhm.
note to the audience. This particular spread, the quote, me now flower spread we're going to be studying today, if you have the black book, the roundabout is great for like long term manifestations. Like, this is my New Year's resolution. What do I want this year? It can be shorter, no problem with that. But if you need rent next Friday, like I have, you better start chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. You better start praying. Um, but I have manifested. See, part of being a Sagittarius is you learn manifestation because you learn that you're always, lack of foresight. You're always in a jam. So you either fail or you learn how to dig yourself out of a jam using the wonderful principles of metaphysics with applied physical action. Metaphysics is a blending, or magic is a blending of human energy and divine energy. So it's not like you can just sit home and eat popcorn and wonderful things will happen. Um, Now, the spread, or the whole point of doing manifestation spread, is to simulate physical activity. I can't do anything. Well, you can lay down a spread that shows intent, that shows physical action, that gives you a plan. It helps you sharpen your awareness. So it's like a radio. You become like a radio. Radio. I was going to say radio. Your radio. So you turn the dial, and your manifestation spread is like you tuning in, trying to find the right wavelength where you can get information from the gods. Again, you can say spirit guides, angels, God, whatever you want. I just say the gods because it's poetic, or the fates. So you can have collective unconscious, whatever, sending you information going, do this, go here, because there's somebody who will help you, or there's something, here's a free TV and you can put it up on eBay and that'll get you started. And then you trade it for a paperclip. And like that guy who traded all for a house, it was a one-time deal he did on eBay. But where was it? Craigslist? I don't know. So the manifest point of a manifestation spread is focus is to give implied action, kind of a jump start. In your automobile, when you turn the ignition, this tiny little thing called a spark plug puts out a tiny little bit of electricity. But that is enough to make the gasoline and the air mixture in your piston explode, which drives the piston down, which turns the engine, which turns the crankshaft, makes the car go around. But it's that tiny little spark. You go, wow, that tiny little spark's going to make me go 500 miles an hour. No, but it's a chain reaction. So this manifestation spread is your chain reaction. You understand that, Natascha?
Yes,
Okay, so I'm
yes.
talking to them, but I want to make sure you got here. All right, so you guys got any questions? Just type on that. So Natascha continues, my motivational factors, work according to my life purpose and I feel free. That's a good motivation. Uh,
Mm.
get a place in the city of Victoria, not too happy where I'm living. All right. Bring my mother from Germany to live with me and provide for my whole family. That is a wealth of things to accomplish. So we're not going to try to manifest those. We're using those as the metaphysical push, literally
Mhm.
that emotional psychic giant uh, leaning on your back. Natascha, every time you're like, "Ooh, I'm going to play Words with Friends or Candy Crush or go on Facebook," it's like leaning, go, get up off your butt. And it's going to make you feel guilty. It's going to make you feel frustrated. It's going to make you feel stressed. From a psychological and metaphysical point, stress is our friend. If you remember young Frankenstein, no, no, fire is good. Fire is our friend. Same thing. Stress is our friend.
Mhm.
Stress comes along and tells you, hey, something's not right. So here's a whole bunch of stress to remind you every moment of the day that something's not right so that you can fix it and find yourself in equilibrium. The biggest
Mhm.
demon or bugaboo or enemy that you will ever have in manifestation is complacency.
Mhm.
Complacency is a wonderful thing, but if you're trying to get something, you got to make yourself feel uncomfortable. And this is why you want to be very careful. Check with your check with your certified, bona fide professional health practitioner to make sure that you are, what is it? Check with your doctor to make sure that you are healthy enough to have sex or manifest. So don't, in other words, I don't want people to go, he told me to get all stressed and I had a heart attack. Don't do that. Um, okay, I hope that makes some manifestation lesson. So the key that we're focusing on, if anybody's taking notes, Natascha is her manifestation is I want to quit my day job and live abundantly off my own therapy business by July. So we have to sum that up in a significator card. That's a nice, clear statement of intent. So what you would do is you would replace your statement of her statement of intent with your statement of intent. The Me Now flower spread, which we'll now go to somewhere around here. Bling. So this right here, uh, we're just going to be probably focusing on this part here. We are going to say that this will be, I want to say a 90-day spread, but let's see. So we're in February, March, April, May, June. Let's make it a 120-day spread. So to get us part way through June.
Mhm.
So that gives us an extra 2 weeks or so. So we've got 120 days to accomplish that goal. Now, because we only have this short time, I can't ask all of the questions that I want to. But Natascha, I'm going to go right into this. Where
Mhm.
are you starting out from? By the way, if you're anybody else, if you're ever working with manifestation for somebody, um, yes, Victoria, I'll answer that in just a moment. um, we want to know where they're starting from. Again, never do a blind manifestation, never do a blind reading. If you're doing it for yourself, you kind of know where you're starting from. If you're helping somebody else, be very careful about being the spell for hire thing. Always check the local legalities and whatnot. And don't put yourself in a position where somebody said, well, they did this and then it got all screwed up. Because, well, if they didn't do it right, you're not to blame, but you can't, so don't put yourself out there. Not that way. So, without getting too personal, because we got about 30, well, including us, 38 people here because I'm listening too. Where are you at now? You have a therapy business? Have you never done therapy business? I mean, where are we starting from?
Okay, I have a business. I've had it for 2 years because I finished my certificate, my school, almost exactly 2 years ago, and the very next day I had my first client. So it's 2 years old, the business. It's had ups and downs, and I've been trying to find my specialities. I've been trying to find my audience, my clients, online, physically. So that's where I'm at. And I've had lots of clients already in the last 2 years.
So this is good. So we're not just saying, wow, I just want to go into business and within 120 days, it's
No.
not impossible. I did that. I met a guy named Tom Antion, number one. So there's your first thing. Uh, when you, sorry, I got to speak to Natasha. Natasha, when you're doing manifestation, um,
Mhm,
sometimes just bring your idea up to the right person will
mhm,
give you extra advice, and it may not seem like manifestation, but you're getting tidbits, you're networking. For example, when I mentioned Tom Antion, this is my internet mentor guy. He literally is responsible for me going from being a good author, well, successful. What is a successful author? I was making a lot of money. Well, for somebody who didn't bother to do anything, I was making a lot of money. I put my book up on Amazon, did a little bit of work, and I had hundreds of dollars coming in every month. And I was like, hey, this is nice. My little welfare check. But I wanted to go full time, and so I met him and I said, hey, I want to go full time. And about 2 weeks later, wham, I had several thousands of dollars and my first online course, and really it was great, it was wonderful, and everybody was happy and whatever, of course, because I worked my ass off on it. But I went, and in 2 weeks I went full time into being, you know so it's not impossible.
mhm.
But again,
Wow.
this happened because I already had books and because I've been
Mhm,
teaching students. So in that same way, um,
mhm,
applying this to future manifestations. If you have anything going for you right now, that just law of statistics, laws of physics, and the laws of metaphysics must follow the laws of physics. Let's just get that out of the way. So, what you have going for you now definitely helps. If
mhm,
in the future you need to manifest something around, you don't have any ideas, go ahead and do the spread, kind of a leap of faith, but be realistic. Phrase or structure your spread as in I don't know what to do, or I'm right here, and allow yourself that next week to watch things come into play, and really blossom. Now, I don't want you to go monkeying around with your manifestation spread. No offense to any Geminis, but don't get all Gemini. Don't constantly, change it.
mhm,
However, if your manifestation spread, if you see things happening and they're really moving and your spread becomes out of sync with where you are at this time, you can replace cards with cards that are more appropriate at that particular time, as long as it is an updating of the spread, not like, oh, I'm changing my mind. And please, for the love of Christ, don't stop saying that. I just love saying that. Don't try to manifest five things at once, because we get
Oh,
all right. So
yeah. Mhm,
so let's start with a card to represent where you are now and what you have. Let me see. I'm just going to pull this up here. So this is just this is the deck that I use for on-screen use. And again, I'm just using the plain old boring Rider-Waite, but believe me, it works. So out of these cards, there's one that represents where you want to go. I'm thinking it doesn't have to
mhm,
be this, but just to save a little time, I'm really liking this nine of coins. Sorry, the technological problems here. Forget the fact that
mhm,
it's female. What I like is, in my mind, that's her vineyard. That's her little house. This is her vineyard. She's not the 10 of coins. It's not like, I'm Bill Gates. I mean, she is
mhm,
independent. She is carefree. She has time. Her particular hobby is her bird, or his falconry, because it's a peregrine falcon there. He says, but the essence here is that this card speaks to me of somebody is like, I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I'm not stressed. I may not be a multi-billionaire. I've got what I need, and I've got enough to grow. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? You can pick a different card, but that seems to encapsulate
mhm.
where you want to go. You might want to focus more on, like, the six of coins. You may want to focus on what you're doing for other people. So I don't want to limit
Yeah.
your
Mm.
thoughts, because it doesn't matter what cards I choose. You're the one who has to look at that every single day and really make it resonate with you. So I'm going to shut up for a moment and I'm going to let you think about this and do
Okay.
something.
Well, I thought about it and I had a I picked a few and I tried to narrow them down. And in the book it says we're allowed to pick 1 to 3 cards.
Yes. Now,
So
I'm going
I've
to
actually
clarify that.
have okay.
Okay, sorry. You know the whole Batman and Robin exercise, the hero and sidekick thing?
Mm-hmm.
Dominant, subdominant card.
Mm-hmm.
You have a couple of options. My first thing is try to narrow it down to one card. If it is
Okay.
impossible to narrow it down to one card, go for two. If not for two, then for three. But but beware of trying to get too many cards because that dilutes the focus and
Okay.
so I'm not against you using two or three cards, but realize you
Mm-hmm.
can blend them equally, or one can be dominant and one can be supportive. So it like well, I just want to say that before you start going too far, so that
Okay.
we can give you the best results. Okay, back to you.
Okay, so I also had the Nine of Pentacles, but another card which I really liked in my case is the Three of Pentacles because I see it as a step from the Eight of Pentacles, where I feel like I'm at now, up to becoming more of a master of my craft and working because the Nine of Pentacles is someone who doesn't seem to work a lot, perhaps. And the Three of Pentacles is someone who's good at what they do and they have people coming up and wanting to work together with them,
I
like being very
like
busy.
the way that you've described that because to me, when it says that it's in your mind, you're not so much focusing on the luxury of doing this full time as much as you're focusing on you really want to wake up every day and do the work, do the Lord's
Exactly.
work, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why this card struck me as being better now. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles will come in 5 years, I think. But right now, I think for this time frame, this is the card that I think is what I want to do.
This is
What
great.
I want to.
I like it. My business, my four planets in Capricorn are like, yes, work, work, work. I like your work ethic. I like the way that you're putting the horse before the cart and that you realize, yes, in time, all that wonderful stuff will come, but that just the joy of being able to do what you love full time right now will pay off in spades in the future. I really like that three of coins because it implies that these two people over here are coming to you for your expertise.
Yes, exactly. And being a therapist, I talk to people, I communicate a lot, and these people are talking, communicating.
I like that. Yes, there is a dialogue. There seems to be a back and forth here. It's not like they're being preached to. And again,
Hmm.
definitely much better than let's say that six of coins. Um, and it has the benefit of saying, hey, so it's got mastery. I'm becoming a master. It's got people coming to you. It also shows, look, I have a steady stream of clients. Um, but it also kind of has that money in it. It's like, hey, you know what? I love what I do, but I don't have to get a day job so I can love what I do. I'm actually getting paid for doing what I love.
Hmm.
So I like that. Did you feel the need to support that card with another card or
Act yes, I actually did. I don't know. As an option, it might seem like a strange card, but I chose the sun because freedom and illumination for myself and for others is really important. And also feeling that, but at that time things will go well for me, that I'm doing a lot of stuff online. I have a YouTube channel that's getting really popular and stuff like that. So I found the sun is a good card to support that. Does that make sense?
I like that. Let's put those in and let me see how that plays out. So I'm going to move this over here so we can have the benefit of both of these. So I will say, I'm going to do the sun first because I want, here's what I'm thinking. You can change it however you like. Oops, that's going to be rather large. We're going to be dealing with that today. So just pardon that technological glitch. We will only have to deal with it a number of times. I'm going to shrink that down since we all know what the card means, what a card looks like. I'm going to pop that up there. Might have to make it a little smaller, real small. It won't be so bad once we. So what I'm thinking you're saying is I'm going to pop that up here, and then hit enter, and I'm going to go 3 of coins and pop it in here, and of course we'll go smaller. Bring it down here. Bring it up here. So oops, a little bit big. So this is where how we build the spread. Now,
Mhm.
I promised to talk about how to know a good spread from a bad spread and what makes a good spread. What we have here are significators, or your core essence. This is where we are going. This is the what. Um, so what we're trying to accomplish is this. I put the sun behind. Now it could have been, I could have moved the sun. Um, I could have moved it anywhere. It could have been here, here, here. But I think the most important part of the sun is the flag in the sun. You may choose to go, no, but I want the boy. However you want it, that'll be up to you. But in this case, what I'm doing is I'm making the 3 of pentacles. That's this one that disappears. I'm making that the dominant card, meaning that's where your main focus is.
Mhm.
So like that is the noun, and then the adjective would be the sun. Is
Yes, that
that
makes sense.
okay?
Yes, yes.
I can suggest things all day long, but I really need to make sure that in the end, not only do you know the process, but that it works for you. Because again, what really matters, and just slide this over here, is that it works for you. Now, are you happy with 2 cards? Do you feel the need to go with any more?
I don't think so. I could put a lot more on, but I tend to overdo things. So I could put the Ace of Pentacles behind there, for lots of money, but I
But
don't
yeah,
think
now
that's
we're diluting
necessary.
the message. So yes,
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. This this is good. This looks really good. Feels good, especially because the main thing is that I want to do my work and then feel free doing it because the man in the church looks like he's maybe a little bit, I don't know.
right.
Uh,
So is part of your, and again, your
yeah,
message to the gods, again, use your own term, but your message to the gods is, I want to do this, but by putting the sun, what I'm getting from this, and of course this will be up to you, is that you don't want to be chained to your desk. You don't want to
exactly.
become a slave to your work. Um,
Hmm.
and I know that one. It's fun doing what
Hmm.
I do, but I got to be careful not to get so lost in it that I resent what I'm doing because it's all I ever do. So that's a
Yeah.
very nice thing. I would even say, just because I'm being persnickety here, I know what the sun looks like, but I'd much rather kind of actually, sorry, I keep messing around with this. I'd much rather hide the sun just a little bit more, so it's not so much, oh, I want to play. I want to have something I enjoy, and I do. Um, but we don't have so much of the sun card poking out that it really takes away from your core focus. Because again, defining your focus in visual form allows you, every time you glance at this, you know what that message is. This is literally, we're writing a book in visual form. So every time we read the book, we don't have to go back and figure and nudge it out. We've done it right the first time. We can just enjoy the story. So this is a
Hmm.
very, very good thing. So let's do this then. 1 second here. I need to cough. So I'm going to see if I have that PDF because I want to just run through this with you. So that will be card position 1. And let's just verify our work real quick. Now, one thing I've noticed here, okay, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2. We'll get back to that in a moment. So card 1, this is your goal card. This is the what. Okay, cool. Versus what versus how is your desired result. Oh yeah, don't look at this as a stop or a finish line. This is one of the things I teach in Aphrodite's Book of Secrets. Look at your goal as a like a revolving door or a screen door or something that you are passing through. Maybe even
Hmm.
an open door. Because if you look at your goal, Most people are trained to see their goal as a finish line. Problem is, the finish line, we tend to slow down at the finish line. Oh, we're getting close. We're doing well. We can slack off a bit. No, no, no.
Mhm.
Also, you get up to the finish line, you end up with like, okay, now what? And that's where you get in trouble. Um, it's the lottery syndrome. People win the lottery, they have passed a goal, they've done something so few people ever do. They got more money than they like. Oh my god, all this money, yeah, I'm happy. Then they don't know what to do, and so they end up squandering their winnings. Is unfortunate. But if your goal is, I want to win the lottery, I'm not. Please, everybody, don't make a goal of winning the lottery. It's really hard. This is from somebody who's hit 13 times that I know for my clients. Still, I couldn't possibly try to do it for myself. I tried and it got all neurotic. But this is like, if your goal is hypothetically to win the lottery, it's better to go, I need seed capital for this wonderful thing I'm going to do. And the goal is my lottery. So in the back of your mind, you want to make sure that this thing your goal is important now, but it needs to be a baby step to something bigger. So
Yes.
once you have your business and everything, it's going to allow you to enter a new phase or a new area of life, right?
Hmm.
Okay. One
Yes.
thing Victoria said, I wanted to get back to this. Victoria said, does manifestation have more power if it is a need versus just a desire? Absolutely. Victoria pulled out something that I preach constantly. One of the biggest things you can do if you don't do anything at all, remember my disclaimer about stress and heart attacks and everything, is turn your need into a desire. I mean, turn your desire into a need. Um, Everybody has things they want. Yay, that's just part of life. Um, Not to be vulgar, but there's four things we need to do in life. We need to eat, sleep, breathe, and poop. If you do those four things in the proper amounts, you may not be happy. You may not be physically safe. I mean, you can be in jail. You could be living in a horrible place, or you could be living in a wonderful place. But all we physically have to do is eat, sleep, breathe, and poop, and we will continue living for X number of years. Roll the dice on that one. Everything else is a luxury. Reason why I bring this up is that I may want. I always go to Maserati. I may want. Let's just say I'm not going to be original today. Say I want a Maserati. Well, I want one. Oh, no, no, I know. I want a private train car. I just love with the idea. I think I watched the Wild Wild West as a kid too many times, and these two dudes like hung out in this private train car, and they were like Secret Service agents, and I was like, oh my god, it's a house on wheels. Sagittarius, right? Oh my god, and it's a train. It's totally cool. And like, and then my Capricorn side was like, yes, it's a land yacht. Nobody else has a train, so I really want this. That's nice. It's something I've been working on as far as a manifestation, but I cannot convince myself that I need to have it. I absolutely needed to have a cabin in the woods, in the redwood forest in Santa Cruz. I needed that because that was part of who I was. That was like, I was going to come up here and write. Well, it took me 20 years of like goofing around, but when I finally set pen to paper, when I finally sat down and did it, took me about 6 weeks, and been here 3.5 years, and it just gets better all the time. It's still a work in progress, but got the whole place all to myself. Upstairs, downstairs, basement. We got a big river in the back of my yard right now because of the flooding. Um, got deer that come by. I mean, a little skunk. He's kind of cute. Hasn't sprayed anybody. So I'm here, quote, living the dream because this was something I needed. So if you can convince, and this is where you have to be careful not to stress yourself, don't yourself, have a heart attack. But if you can turn your want into a need, then heaven and earth will move. Nature will move heaven and earth for you. But if you go, I want, I want, I want, I want, yeah, that's fine. We got 7 billion screaming babies on the planet going, I want, I want. But when people, and you can get this from Napoleon Hill too, he doesn't quite say it this way, but he says, burning desire. I'm like, no, make your want into a need. you have your motivations. I'm going to read one of those here. Um, get a place in the city of Victoria and bring my mother to Germany live with me and provide for my whole family. Holy moly. There it is. Provide for my family. I don't know how many people, men and women, who've gone to work every day and gone, I have to provide for my family. And they put up with horrible abuses from bosses. Bosses suck. Hey, boss, you suck. There, I said it. Um, but that like instinctive need. I mean, sure, they could abandon their family, or they could say, well, son will just live off of lefts. But when they put that need and they say, I need to do this, all of a sudden nature goes, oh my God, I better help. So what we're doing is we're having our physical efforts enhanced by the magical powers of nature, and that's what we call manifestation. So you're down with this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so at every possibility where it's safe and sane, turn your want into a need. Thank you very much, Victoria, for that. Real quick, there are no overnight sensations. Yes, Tara, everything is the result of a lot of invisible work. Matt says, I can see the sun rays coming through the arch of coins, illuminating her work. Hey, yay, Matt is here. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at that. See. Oh, yeah, see, illuminating her work. I love it. Matt is an artist, so a good one, too. So he sees
Nice.
things that I don't. All right, so we've done pretty well on card one, so this is good. Okay, I'm going to move this off to the side here and say now we have to pick out card two. This is very Aries card. This is a very me now. This is yeah, very self-oriented. Um, where will this lead? What does this mean to you? What does this do for your self-worth? So this is what we want. Yay. Who does this card make you?
So we pick the card, Dusty?
We always pick the cards. This is the difference. I probably should have explained that. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't. I
No,
read the whole chapter. I didn't
did
understand
you?
that.
Okay, manifestation is not divination.
Ah,
Manifestation,
okay.
we are choosing cards to support our vision. We're not
Oh,
asking random cards to pop up. Totally psychological
okay.
different. Let's say
Okay.
divination, we are receiving. Manifestation, we're broadcasting. Does that
Now it makes more sense. The whole
I
thing.
probably should have like put that in big red letters or something.
Oh no. I missed that part of it. I was reading this and studying the
I
spread and
don't.
actually casting spreads.
Okay,
Oh my
we
God.
got to get you further along in the course, but nonetheless, I just wanted to throw this out at you. So we threw you in the deep end of the pool. All right,
Okay.
so but you know that, so you know the point of card position two. Let's pop that back up here. And it's like so we really just want
Mhm.
to focus again here. The keyword is where, and
Oh.
forget about card position three. But this is like all right. Yay. Guess what? You're a therapist. So are like 100,000 other people. Well, great. Why, you're not a dishwasher. I've been a dishwasher. It's not a bad job, but that's not your place in society. So no offense to dishwashers. Why, what does this do for you? I know you want to provide for your family. I know, but like, screw those leeches. you. Because you're going to have to get up in every day. And when you see this card number two, you're going to go, that's right. That's me. Woohoo. And like really feel good about yourself. So
Mhm.
is there a card that sums up your essence? And if you can't figure out a card to sum up your essence, don't worry about that. Step back to your
Mhm.
essence and talk through it and go, I need this. This is what it makes me feel. And then we'll just find a card.
Okay. Hmm. Let me see. Well, yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay, then let's back
So
up. Is it tough to answer the question, or are you already trying to find a card?
I'm trying to find a card, but
Okay, let's
so
forget the cards. Let's just
okay.
take a moment because it's you and I and an audience. You're good at what you do. It
Hmm.
better be. You're good at what you do. You like what you do. You help
Yeah.
people. Yay!
Hmm.
It's a good thing. You're contributing to society, and you're contributing to the what is it? The quality of life experience of others, right? Because
Yes.
as a therapist, you mean so. How does that make you feel, or why is it important that you help other people? Look, why don't you just become an arms dealer? They make money. You know, why is it so important? What is it that really wakes you up in the morning and say, I like doing this. I like being this person. When I hand somebody my business card, I'm like, yeah, that's right. This is what I do.
Well, I guess it's because I feel that it's my purpose to help better people's lives and make them happier and raise their consciousness, I guess.
This is good. This is good. Um, so Victoria brings up a good point, and I'm only going to bring it up because I think she gives us a chance to really um, solidify. One of the best ways to find a card when you're close but you don't have it is pick a card, and then if it's not right, find out why it's not right and what. Like we did with the nine of coins, right? We started with the nine of coins, ended up with a much better card, and then we ended up with a card pairing that really sang. So it's okay to dance around and try to find the thing that really sums up that, because
Hmm.
the card's just a visual image. Um,
Yeah.
it's like we're holding up this card to the goddess going, this is what I want. I want a raise. I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take anymore. I want this. I want a pony. So with Victoria, she says caregiver, mother, helper. So you don't have to choose this card, but I'm just saying if we threw this card over in that area, this is an example of, is this how you see yourself? This has got a good authoritarian position, but it's not so, hierophant, which is not bad. It's just different.
Hmm.
It's not so emperor. High priestess is nice, but it's a little bit more mellow. Um, so I'd like to
Hmm.
start with this card. Thank you, Victoria, and
Hmm.
say, does this inspire you? Does this help you sharpen your self image when you're on the job?
Yes, but I think maybe the Queen of Wands would be better then.
Okay, I like the Queen of Wands. Tell me what that means to you in this particular case.
It means that I can convey my message with energy and with fire, and I can motivate people.
Excellent. So this card really speaks to you and says, when you see that card, because what we're doing, and I probably should have said this earlier, and I apologize, but this is unrehearsed on the fly.
Hmm.
This card, or every card, when you look at it, we're not seeing the Queen of Cups. I mean, I may see the Queen of Wands. I'll walk into your little private study and go, "Ooh, I like the fact that you put up a tarot spread," but you're like, "That's not a tarot spread. That's a mosaic. Each one of these is a tile. Each one of these contributes to the whole of me." So you don't see the Queen of Wands. You see the analogy, and through it, and you see something only that's like highly specific to you. So if that Queen of
Hmm.
Wands says something to you, what does it say to you about you in this job position?
Um, in this job position, well, hmm.
Oh, being a therapist, doing the thing you do.
Yeah, yeah, being a therapist. Hmm. Well, I guess, well, I identify myself a lot with the Queen of Wands, personality-wise, I guess. But maybe if I think about the job, I'm not sure if that's the right card in the end then.
This is
Hmm.
why we're doing it. This is why I'm super
Yeah,
anal and I'm just going to scrub it.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
good for you to say, hey, I identify with this card. But
yeah.
if you wake up in the morning and say, like maybe the magician might be more appropriate, and I'm not trying to change your mind, I'm just saying that you may be the Queen of Wands, but you say,
Mhm.
I am the magician. I am here. I have all of my tools. And I'm like, come to me, let me help you. So what I'm saying is I want you to really
Yeah.
reach in that while you're on the job, when you, let's say you have that poster up there, you made a nice little poster and every day your clients are coming in and you see it, you walk in, it's the first thing you see on your desk or on your wall. And you're like,
Mhm.
yes, this is
Mhm.
me today. This will be my day. The reason why we want to be so anal, so Virgo on this, that's a very, very good
Yeah.
one, by the way,
Yeah.
not to use the word anal in a negative way, is we want to do the hard work now so that when we're
Yeah.
out there, it does all the work. We're like, yes, it's literally one of those stupid accessories posters, hang in there, baby, with a little cat or something, It's it makes you feel alive, it empowers you, and it reminds you what you're here to do. So
Yeah.
it's because this thing will become as much of a motivational poster as it is a message
Mhm.
that you're constantly pushing out there to the gods saying, help me achieve this, help me achieve this. We're
Mhm.
eliminating all distraction. This is what I want. This
Yeah,
is
I actually looked at the magician a moment before you said it and thought the magician might be better. Seriously, I did.
That's probably where I got it because it just popped into my head. And
Yeah.
of course, my little yappy dog voice, like from the fool analogy, was like, what the hell? I was like, shh, shh, shh. And so and here's another thing. We can try this. Let's pop them into
Mhm.
place. If we don't like them, we'll just
Mhm.
change it. Um, it's
Mhm.
kind of like, it's kind of like going to a boutique, just
Mhm.
trying different clothes. And when we walk out, when we're ready to make the purchase, we go, yeah, this is what I like. So I'm going to pop this in
Mhm.
here and I'm going to rotate
And
it.
I've got a second one lined up just in case too.
Okay. I'm going to
Okay.
swim over here. And actually, I'm going to leave them a little bit of an angle because that's how it would actually work in real life. I'm going to leave that kind of small. Tell me about your second card,
Now, my second card, I have to tell you exactly what I do so you understand this, what
please.
my specialty is. I'm a hypnotherapist. I do hypnosis, and my specialty is soul regression. So I regress people's souls, so to say, into past lives and into their soul's home. And so it's like very specialized. And for me, it's an incredible inspirational thing. Like it changes people's outlook on life and like makes them makes them think differently about life and takes away their fear of death and all that kind of stuff. It illuminates them. That's why I call it a star.
Star. Oh, I like that.
That's
Um,
the idea.
that's a very good one. So here's what we do, and this is why I'm glad everybody gets to watch. So I'm going to just hit S for star. Ah, that worked. And I'm going to drag her over here. And what we'll do is we'll just compare. Now we don't want to we want to be very careful about adding 2 or 3 cards. It's really advanced stuff we won't worry about today. We're just going to have 1 card per position. Um, but let's try these out. So I'm going to move this here. In all fairness, I'm going to make her the same size, so it's not like we're because in the real world, they'll all be the same size. So let's
Mhm.
bring this over here. I'm going to actually make this a lot bigger because we don't have to worry about the empty card positions. So I'm going to put this here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to hide that layer. So we have, actually, make this even bigger because I'm sure it'll be really small on screen. So here's how it's shaping up. We know what this is. These 2 cards, that's our core anchor. So everything
Mhm.
needs to relate back to that. See how in this case, I'm having everything point to. So all of these things are supporting or leading to. This is advanced magical strategy where
Mhm.
the shape and position reinforces psychologically what you're doing. So rather than being all helter skelter, everything is pointing to this outcome. So
Mhm.
I am
Yeah.
going to try to use as few words as possible because I want your brain free to explore, but I will explain the process as we go along. So take a moment, absorb the chi of this, absorb what you're seeing on the screen and saying, okay, this is me, this is my spread. And I'm just going to change this layer and then absorb the chi on that.
Mhm.
And we're just going to go back and forth. I'm just going to click them back and forth. I'm trying to say anything.
Hmm.
While I'm doing that, just kind of reach into it and see which one really sings to you more.
Mhm. Mhm.
Again, sorry,
Mm. Mhm.
don't go for the prettier picture, you know, but
No.
like,
Yeah.
if you were paying, $5,000 for this, I want you to get real value. So I want you to look at it that way. I'm paying a lot of money for
Yeah.
this. So, because
Mhm.
when you put a high dollar value on it, now it's no, no, I want this right. So really
Mhm.
treat this like, because it's your future.
Yeah. Mm. I think the magician. Hmm.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I'm going to mute. So I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to hide it because, in case you change your mind. But if you don't, that's fine too. I'm going to just answer a couple of people's questions. So I'm just going to divert from a moment. Okay, maybe the Empress. Yeah, okay, right. Maybe a nicer image would be the Four of Swords. Interesting. Oh wait, missing a few things. Natasha's totally the Queen of Wands to me. Um, oh, Tara says right. Getting started, then you can make course corrections when you go up and down river. That is brilliant. By the way, anybody gets a chance to study with Tara, awesome, awesome person. You might even like to talk to Tara if she's up to it. Tara's kind of not exactly what you're doing. She's kind of doing a similar thing in a different part of the country. So she might be a good person to bounce ideas off of. See,
Mhm.
this is another one of the benefits of, like, when you're doing manifestation, little goodies or cookies will come out. You like
Hmm.
networking. You'll find people that hey, I can talk to this person. So there's little acorns. So even though we're focusing on this right here, we've got little things you mentioned online. I mentioned Tom Antion. Um, Torah says, hey, and I remember that Torah's doing something like that. So thank you, Torah. Let's see real quick. Just jumping up for Ali. Ali says, so if you were an acupuncturist, maybe the Ten of Swords would work. Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. It would definitely work. It's a great, great card for acupuncture. It doesn't have to have any kind of negative connotation, so that's nice. Let's
Mhm.
see who else. Leslie, yes, thank you, Leslie. Allie, maybe a nicer image would be the Four Swords, right? Okay. Maybe Allie says maybe the moon for Natasha's regressions. That's interesting. I like that. So loving this lesson. Having the spread illustration is wonderful. Thank you, Laura. And Tara says, thank you for remembering. Yay! Yeah, okay, I'm all caught up. Okay, back to you, Natasha. So
Mhm.
for right now, we're just gonna um, in manifestation, I talk about something in the black book where I talk about taping card meanings down. Now, I usually talk about that in divination, but I'm going to use it here. I'm going to use two analogies. One is we're taping things down, and the other one is we're nailing them down. So right now,
Mhm.
everything's taped down. It's
Mhm.
set. It's we're not going to. They're in place, but we reserve the right at any point, especially at the very end when we take a look at it all, where we can pull something up because it's not nailed down. Once it's nailed down, that's it. Now, we do want to nail this down at the end of our manifestation. And of course, you can always change it later, but we want to walk away with like, yes, this is it. I'm going to go with it. And it really supports your goal, cause, motivation. It sends out that psychic message to like-minded minds, like Torah, or people that can help you with your marketing. But it also sends the word out to all the people that need your help. And of course, the gods go out and do, little fairy friends and everything. So let's just call these taped down for now. We're going to move on to, oops, don't do that. Card position 3. And again,
Mhm.
just going right into this. So card position 3. This is so, this is the Batman card. This is the hero card, and this is the sidekick. So every midpoint card or every diagonal card is going to be part of that quadrant. For example, this is the where quadrant. Um, So this is the dominant card, just like this is the dominant card, the three of coins, and this will be the subdominant card. So it'll be supportive, but it's still very important that we choose the right card. So this will lead me to that point. You will be the magician. You will be highly skilled. You will be sought after. You will be people that somebody come to and they respect and go, wow,
Hmm.
Natascha's, no offense, Natascha's the man, using a colloquialism. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I say that, it actually has to match your vision because otherwise we'd have to change the card. Okay, so knowing that, then dot dot dot, and with that I will be able to. That's you saying it. So this card supports its dominant card, right? Clarify aspects and clarifies. That's what I mean by aspecting and clarifying cards. So your gold means blah 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 to you, and once you have it, you'll have the ability to blah blah blah. So this is an extremely possessive card. It wants to own the desired result and put it to use. It must work harmoniously. So you want a card that works harmoniously. You don't want a card that really
Hmm.
conflicts. So, example, back to the house thing. I would have a house to raise my family and friends. So this is you. You are doing this. You are that. So, what primary benefit? What major thing that is super important to you? It's nice for other people, but what is the driving factor that being this person is going to allow you to accomplish or allow you to enjoy? You can
Well,
go back to your
there's two different.
motivations.
I think there's the things. My motivations are like on two different things. One is my higher motivation, to help the planet and the people and everything, and the other one is for my personal benefit.
So your higher, let's say your higher, man, your high-minded thoughts, that's summed up here. I mean, that's it's fair to say you are creating value in the world. So let's go
Okay.
with the more selfish, self-oriented, self-centered, purpose-driven
Okay.
thing because we have to broadcast a clear, powerful signal. KFMB broadcasting on a 50,000 watt radio. Yeah, we gotta hammer this home. So high-minded concepts are nice. And if again, that's
Okay.
if you were again, I know there's conflicting stories about Gandhi, but I'm just going to throw his name out there. If you're like, my life doesn't matter, I just want to help the public. Okay, that would be one thing. The reality is, most of us need to still, pay the rent and such.
Hmm.
So there's things that are personal to you. Now, not to dig into your personal life, but the
Hmm.
motivational factors, working according to my life purpose, and feel free. That's kind of summed up in the significators.
Yeah.
Get a
Okay.
place. Okay, that's important. I really like the fourth point, provide for my whole family, because to me that kind of
Yeah.
sums up, I have a safe, happy, nice location and I can bring my mother. I mean, because your mother's part of your family. So
Hmm.
I don't want to tell you where to go because it's your life, but I really think that you'll find the answers you're looking for close to
Yeah.
that provide my whole family thing.
Those. Um, Either the Ten of Pentacles or the Ten of Cups, I would say. So the Ten of Pentacles is because the white-haired person could be my mom there, and we're living in the city, and we have lots of money, and we have lots of freedom, and the whole family's together.
Now I like this.
Now, I like this.
Uh-oh, can
For
you
example.
sorry, I'm having like some weird Hello, Echo.
Oh, echo.
I am in the Grand
I'm in the
Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Can you make that stop echoing,
Make that
please?
stop echoing, please.
Natascha?
Natascha? Yes.
Yeah, can you hear the echo?
Yeah, can you hear the echo? A little bit.
Can you
Can you
tell you what, will you mute yourself for a moment
will you mute
or
yourself for a
whatever you
moment,
did, you
or
changed
whatever you did,
the
you changed the.
I can't continue on like this because the echo. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Thank you. Much better. So there's a fundamental difference between the Ten of Coins and the Ten of Cups. They're both ending cards, on the Dewey Decimal System or Imperial, or whatever it is, like 1 through 10 or 0 through 9. So, in that sense, these are the ultimate ending cards. The end of the
Mhm.
rainbow, and what literally the end of the rainbow. I know it's really small over here, but you guys know what the Ten of Cups looks like. Ten of Cups is very emotionally centered. The other one
Mhm.
is very materialistically centered. In astrological
Mhm.
terms, for my friends out there that study astrology, the Ten of Coins is much more Earth, more Taurus centered.
Mhm.
I feel comfortable because everything is stable. We can enjoy all the wonders of life. The Ten of Cups is completely emotional. We were poor, but we were happy. Well, both of these are nice, but you have to really reach inside yourself with no judgment, not from anybody,
Mhm.
and especially not from yourself, and say, because it is a job, but is this job, what's really most important to you? Do you feel that this comes from a deep emotional need, no matter what else happens? Or is it more of a practical, common sense oriented thing with, of course, the appropriate emotions? So is it more Taurus or more Cancer, if that makes any sense?
Yeah. Well, it's hard because it's both. It's absolutely both.
Well, it
But I
is
would
both, but
tend to,
the wrong card will it won't work for you. It'll be like you won't try not to
okay,
grab
well,
too much at once. Try to see what works for you.
okay, I would tend more towards the Pentacles then.
Okay, so you want a secure, stable home with longevity more than
Yeah.
you just want people around. Not to belittle the ten of. Oh, April had
Well,
to
my
leave. Right?
specific family, I see that as being the family, right?
They're both family.
Yeah.
Again, the beauty is that
Mhm.
this. Do you remember the goldfish bowl analogy?
Yeah.
Okay, so this card can mean pretty much any number of things in it. It doesn't have to mean specifically something. It has to be
Mhm.
empire, and has a no. But it's important that you really
Yeah.
understand the difference between the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Coins. And once you understand those,
Mhm.
all you have to do is look inside yourself and be very honest about your motivations, because nobody
Yeah.
else matters. Nobody's here to judge you.
Mhm.
Despite we have an audience, and they're really super supportive. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, they're going to go make their manifestations. You're
Mhm.
son, you're on your own. You're going to be that was a line. You're going to have to live with this. I like the Ten of Coins. I like it where it works, but if you are a highly emotional person, you may really feel that the emotion is what motivates you. If you're more of a
Mhm.
practical person, then yes, emotions are nice. Obviously, everybody's here is having a good time, you know. Um, but this carries a weight of a certain grit. It takes it out of the fantasy world and says, look, of course I want everybody here, but it has to work. So only you can answer
Yeah.
which way.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, my first rule is always follow my heart. That's the rule number one over everything. So I
Okay.
guess it has to be the cups.
And that's fine, because what we're talking about here is this is really your motivation. You're saying, I'm going to put
Mhm.
this monotheistic terms. You're going saying, God, I want this. I want money because I want to provide for my family, because I care about my family, because my family's special.
Mhm.
You're not saying,
Yeah.
well, somebody's got to take care of this house. So if you are emotional, absolutely.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
dilute your goal. This is that
Mhm.
thing behind it that says, this is why do you wake up in the
Yeah.
morning? Well, this is why. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I do see the job and the security as a means to make my family and me happy and to be free.
Great. And these people are, and you know what? They have a house, but see,
Mhm.
they're, this is, there's so much unity here. One thing we don't get with the 10 of
Yeah.
coins is
Hmm.
these people are stupidly happy. I mean, they're just, they're, you say Nirvana. They've found the end of the rainbow. Whatever anybody else is out there searching for, their giant Wall Street jobs or whatever, and that's nice. No, these people are like, yeah, I've discovered the secret of happiness. It's right here. It's like this is what is that Jimmy Stewart movie? It's a Wonderful Life. They always played at Christmas or whatever. This is that real. This is the happily ever after card.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, I would say
Yeah.
this and the world are the two happily ever after cards. So this is a
Yeah.
powerful statement that you're making. So it's kind
Hmm.
of like you're negotiating your terms of your contract. That's what we're doing with the manifestation spread.
Yeah, actually, the world was the choice afterwards that I looked at as well. After that,
Hmm.
the world
Well, I like
was
this
part of
here
it.
because it's more
It's
down to
real.
earth. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah,
The other one is like it's nice, but
yeah,
okay. Okay.
yeah.
So again, everybody to stop to the side. I'm sorry, we're going to be going a lot longer than I thought. I'm not going to rush uh, Natasha's personal lesson. But if you do have to go, I apologize. I don't want to take up the rest of your day. So thank you very much for being here. April had to leave, unfortunately. But hopefully the rest of you can stay. Okay, so we're good. Checking our work looks pretty good so far. Card four, now we begin a new quadrant. So what is that? Let's just pause over here and take a look. So this is the why. Um, why is such an important question. I want. If you can add a why you want or why you need, that really works with nature. Um, I'm gonna put it in monotheistic terms again. God, again, whatever you want to call nature, doesn't get his. I'm going with patriarchal, skin for simplicity. God doesn't get his feelings hurt if you go, I want this now. I need this now. You know what they call that? They call that faith. Here's another thing for everybody who hasn't attended my manifestation classes. Faith demands, and here's a copyright dusty white phrase. Church would kick my ass for saying this. God hates beggars. And I don't mean that God hates poor people. I don't mean that God hates people who are out there. But God does not like people going, well, maybe, I don't know. Because when you're doing that, you're expressing doubt. You're saying, oh, wait, you're the almighty creator, or you're going to the fates or the cosmos or your angels, and you're saying, well, maybe, I don't know, if you're not too busy, but I don't really think you can do it. That has no place. That's why we call faith. So if you think about it, faith demands. Faith is a jerk. When you have faith in something, you have that thing called a sense of expectation or a sense of entitlement, which, we in polite society, we don't like that. But in manifestation, you must have that kind of faith. That's what magic is. So when you add a Y, it really just turbocharges or supercharges your faith. So yeah,
Mm.
what's missing, Natasha? You got it. Look, you're doing pretty well. You got your little thing going. Yay! So how is this holding you back? Why?
I got a card that I don't know. It's probably a horrible card, but I got the devil reversed as a first idea.
Okay, what does that card say to you? What is holding you back, and how does that card represent what's holding you back?
Well, I've got a lot of external factors that are making me feel super trapped and frantic, and that I don't have control over my own life. A
Oh,
lot of personal factors, a lot of family factors. I
I
always
like
feel
that.
desperate and frantic.
I like that. So you need this because you need to get out from under that tyrannical grasp of everybody's all these reaching hands like circumstances and distractions
Yeah,
whatever that are clawing you. So
yeah.
let's try that out. Just again, we'll try it on for size, see if we like it. Gonna go zip. Whoa, he's a big boy. So let's move.
Oh, that's a harsh card.
Well, hold
But
on, hold on. Remember, a harsh card upside down is a happy card.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this could be like if devil reversed, boy, I got out of an abusive relationship. Well, it doesn't make the relationship any better, but it's nice, better to be out of it. Um, or got rid of that job. Or guess what? Thank God it's Friday. If you don't like your job, a lot of people think, oh my God, yay. So just looking at this, and then let's go back here, because if you're at home, this is what you do. Why do I need this? What's missing from your life? How is not having your goal holding you back? So you could have gone any number of ways, but um, in marketing, there's like advertising. When you see a commercial on TV, there's two primary forms of advertisement. In marketing, we call it moving toward motivation or moving away from motivation. Moving toward motivation. Ooh, don't you want this nice car? Don't you want this lipstick, make you look really good? Don't you want this beer, and then everybody will love you? And don't you want to have a good time with all the, Fanta girls? Don't you want a Fanta? It's very like, that's like a magnet. It's like, come on, come to me. Magnets is, again, more ABOS stuff. Magnets, there's no law of attraction. There's a law of attraction, the law of repulsion, and these idiots that put together the secret, they like cracked open one page of the metaphysical book of secrets and went, oh my God, this is everything. And they didn't bother to read the rest, much less go to school. So the principle is called psychic magnetism. Y'all can write that down or not. Magnets attract, but they also push away. Don't think the attack light
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
attacks light, because actually magnets north opposites attract and negatives push away. So be careful about
Hmm.
pop metaphysics. So in marketing, we have moving toward motivation, and then we have moving away from motivation, which is aspirin commercials have jingles like, I haven't got time for the pain. Take this and the pain goes away. Take this pill and your cancer goes away. Boy, that would be nice. Take this and I can't go there. Take Viagra and something will go away. Um, the thing is, what you're doing here in this particular moment, you could do it differently at a different time. What I'm seeing is that you are using moving away from motivation, or the power of the word no, to say, the most important thing, the thing that's holding me back is all these things. They just, I need a giant broom. Hey, all my spirit guides, get out your brooms. We're going to sweep these out. This is my get out of jail free card. Can you see how that's a get out
Hmm.
of jail free card, like a Monopoly? So
Yeah.
with all that, then I have to go back to you and say, does this resonate with you? Is this, because if it's not right, that's okay. We'll do something else. But if you like
Yes,
it,
it resonates. I like it.
yay.
Absolutely.
So we're like almost halfway through now. We're going, hey, we're doing pretty good. So this is where we want. This is when we know it's going to be an awesome manifestation. We know come July, you're going to be in really good. You're going to be in good position if you was it work the plan, work the plan, work the plan. Because we're not just doing physical labor, and this isn't just motivation. We're enhancing our physical motivation by, enhancing our efforts and our physical motivation by really reaching out to our little invisible friends and saying, "Help me get this." All right. So next card, let's take a look at what 5 is. We're still in the why. Okay. So again, so
Hmm.
I can. So in this case, we already know what this card is. So we're going to tailor card 5 to this card. We're not just going to read this. So we know it's a negative motivation. We want to be free of all of these things, so I can. And then blah, 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 blah. So you overcome the needs, card 4. So you will be able to do something great. Kind of a Leo area card, card 5. This card is best friends with card 1, because this is kind of an Aries card. This is kind of a Leo card. Oh, sorry. I should have read. It says
Same.
right there, doesn't it? Boy, I was pretty smart when I wrote this. He says to himself. Um, yeah, it's a very generous card. So now this takes into account the best parts of Leo. Forget any of the negative parts. The essence, the energy of well manifested Leo energy is like, I am beneficent. Imagine dare I say, King Arthur. The idea is you have, yes, he's the king, yes, he's the commander, but somebody who really looks out for the people, or let's say a president who brings around um, a economy. Everybody has jobs, everybody has healthcare, everybody has whatever it is, whatever people want. Or the Italian Renaissance, where it just all of a sudden we created something called the middle class. We allowed normal, boring peasants to come up and earn a decent thing. So a decent living for themselves. So what we're saying here is that this card 5 is going to be you doing something great. Now, remember what you talked about earlier about, like, I want to help the world and save the planet and the whales and all that happy horse shit?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
where this card goes. I mean, yes, this
Okay.
is you doing it, but what's this great thing that you're going to be doing for your people? Now, again, I would like to keep it personal to the people, not like I'm contributing to the wealth of the planet. I'm like, my clients will have happier, healthy lives. My clients, and you can go two ways. You
Hmm.
can go negative, like ten of swords reversed. I won't pop it up, or nine of swords reversed. My clients will no longer be unhappy. Or you could go uh, nine of cups or nine of coins, like a super happy card. So you can focus on my clients will be happier, or my clients won't have their
Hmm.
demons. Again, not to
Hmm.
push you too far, but just to give you a
Hmm.
jump start of which way you could go with this.
Okay, well, I have an idea. I don't know if it's stupid, but I thought perhaps judgment because of the type of work that I do. Because to
Okay.
me, this is like going past the gates of getting people to look beyond their limiting belief systems.
I like
I
the
don't know.
empowerment, and as much as you are a what's going on here? There we go. As much as you are on stage, I mean, because as a therapist, you really are at a podium or on stage in a sense. You're the voice of authority that people listen to. You are the person that gives them hope. You have their attention. So let's pop this here. Oh, wait. Oops. Sorry. I almost put it the wrong way. Uh, so,
And also because
hmm,
this is like helping people get to their next level wherever they are. Like, for me, it's like moving on to the next level. If it's like opening up your mind or getting rid of demons or like expanding your mind to the possibilities, what happens after death, things like that, right?
I can't speak to that. What I can speak to is the here and the now of how will your clients benefit. And since this is
Hmm.
a very personal card, this card focuses on you helping your clients.
Okay.
Uh,
Ah,
so,
okay. Okay.
so I really like the judgment because not only is it a powerful card visually, but it really focuses on you're saying I, I'm not being a slave to all these damned little details and death of a thousand cuts and this imprisonment of everything so that and look, he's got wings so I can fly free, so I can spread the message. Do, 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 do. And the people are like, yay. And they're coming out of their boxes. They're like, I'm not dead anymore. I can't make the card choice decision for you, but I can say,
Yeah.
holy wow, holy something, Batman. This is really a powerful statement. I endorse this message. So I'm good with this if you're good with this because it seems to resonate with
Yeah.
what you're telling me that you want to do.
Yes, I think so too.
Okay, let me just see. I'm sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. Let's see if anybody has any thoughts or questions. Sharon has to leave. Marty's birthday party. Oh, yeah, yay. Birthday dinner. Yay. Deb has to go. So sorry. Okay. Wouldn't miss this. This is just what I needed. Thank you, Victoria. Sorry, I have to leave. Thanks a lot for class. Yeah, some people have to bail because like, oh, no. Um, and again, it's too bad, but I think that everybody's getting the idea. And as long as they have the handout, that'll help them. Anybody who can't stay, I really appreciate it because again, this is what it's here for. Okay, who? Who? So see, we have our quadrants here. So these next two cards will be who. Card six, I can tell you right now, is going to be the big Mamma Jamma card. I'm going to make this smaller
Mm.
so that when we bring in the actual card, it won't be so big thing. Mamma Jamma, what was that? It was like some 70s song or something. Just trust me. I was like, I can't remember. Okay, so card six. Who will help me? Okay. Okay, blah, blah, blah. You can be highly specific, or you can generally say, so for example, is your mom going to help you? Or, is Tara going to help you? Or are you going to get a mentor like I did and go, I'm going to hire this guy. This guy's going to help me. He doesn't know it yet. Edmund Barnes. If anybody read Think and Grow Rich, Edwin Barnes put it in his head and he's like, I'm going to business with Thomas Edison. He's going to make me a millionaire. So in that case, like, he would have put Thomas Edison right there in card six. That guy doesn't know it yet, but I know, and he's going to know. And then, of course, you can read the rest of the story. Or you can say, because you don't need to have somebody, you can say, who is really, and please don't say, oh, the community's going to help me. This is really important that you
Mhm.
find your physical, tangible, bipedal, or pedal,
Mhm.
bipedal, um, you know, people, in other words, allies.
Mhm.
While you're
Yeah.
thinking about that, I want to say real quick, Eva. Oh, Eva's here. Yay, Eva. It's nice to see you. I missed you earlier. This lesson has struck a happy chord in me. I need to find a new place to live. I can't wait to start working on this tonight. I have to leave in a few minutes, so I hope you change your mind about posting this. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Eva, definitely make sure you have the, the handout. And everybody, I'm available. I can help you do this. Sign up for private lessons. Now, having said that, I will try to get through as much as I can. Yes. So, card six, who's going to help you? Turning it back over to you, Natascha. Do you
Mhm.
have people in mind, or do you have an idea of what the answer to
Yes.
this question is?
Yes, I think so. But the people who have been helping me more and more, it's my I've got business advisors that are friends. We have groups going on, business groups that we're ramping up, and
Yeah.
also my teachers and advisors in business and in what I do. So I do a lot of learning, studying, and networking to get
Nice.
advice and help.
I like that.
So
So, boy, that'd be a good three coins card. Sorry. What do you have a card offhand or a couple of cards that you think might really mean that to you in
hmm, um, the first one I saw, but I don't know. It's there's probably another, the chariot, perhaps, but
the chariot is much more individual. It sounds like you're speaking of a
yeah,
collective of people.
yeah, and I don't see really a lot of collectives. That's why I'm kind of searching here.
Okay, here, let's
I
pop
have all
this
the
up
cards laid
and
out.
let's just see. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to try to help, but I don't want to throw this to you. Two of Cups is nice. It's a little individual, but it's much more people, teamwork thing. That's one on one. Three of Cups is
Mhm,
people partying. I like the Four of Cups, very welcoming. Who
mhm,
else? Anybody wants to chime in? We got 30
mhm,
people left. Let's see. Let me think. Mm. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point about the tarot. Is there's not a lot of crowds unless they're
yeah.
fighting. These are very solitary cards. That's one of the flaws of the tarot is that it does not represent groups of people. Um, hmm. So if you are designing a tarot deck, take that or an oracle
Mhm,
deck. Definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so groups of people.
mhm,
Well, we can do something where, and it just throws out there, we can throw something out where we focus on the teamwork, such as like maybe the lover's
Mhm.
card doesn't so much represent a group of people as much as it represents people in unity coming together to help. All of these
Mhm.
seem to be pretty individual. I mean, we've got the we could kind of cheat and do the Six of Cups. Let me just see if anybody. Oh, we have some answers here. Would the lovers be like contract or help? I don't know what that means, but Victoria, but I like the lovers card. Tara says Ten of Pentacles has people. Absolutely. That's kind of like, hey, you're part of our clique. Let's all, so that's very good in the sense of like business people definitely helping you. Uh,
The Millionaires Club.
I'm sorry, what?
The Millionaires Club.
I like the Millionaires Club. I plan on getting back into that club now that I actually know what $1 million is. Leslie says King of Swords, advisors, intelligent ones. I like that. Um,
Mhm.
Paul says Eight of Wands. I like that because that shows a collective, a bunch of
I thought of that
hands.
one too. Yes, I thought
Uh,
of that one too because of the internet as well. I do a lot of stuff online.
Two other things, real quick. Jack. Oh, hey, Jack. Glad to meet you. Thank you very much. Jack says, "Could the Three of Cups represent networking?" It could. I dismissed it earlier, but you know what? I'm liking that. It could. And then one other thing, Mandy, my favorite private student in the moment, who is doing awesome. She just did a tarot reading, just did a tarot party for a huge number of people last night, and she nailed it. Everybody went happy, home happy. I was like, hey, and she was happy, so it was very nice. Mandy says Seven of Cups, different things on offer. Oh, Victoria, Judgment. We already have that, but yeah, we could pull out another Judgment card, calling a group of people together. Ricky has to go. Thank you, Ricky. Didn't see you here. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully, you got a lot out of it. Um, Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out,
Mhm.
Natasha, that we have some
Mhm.
suggestions, which is kind of
Yeah.
nice to have a little help. What
Yes, yes.
what seems to
Okay.
resonate for you or with you?
You know what what resonates is the Three of Cups because my best support is actually two friends of mine who are also in business in the spiritual type of business. We meet very often and we work together and we've done a lot and there's three of us and we get along well and we have fun too. So it's the best business group that I have.
I like it, and a gold star for Jack because he nailed it. Three of Cups. So let's throw that in
Thank you,
there.
Phil.
Yeah, thank you, Jack.
Woohoo.
Yeah, right. Yes. And this is. Oh, by the way, anybody who's not in my course. Again, which is fine. This is what we do. We have study groups. We where we have people helping each other because it's so much more fun when you don't have to do this on your own. Okay, checking our work real quick. We have a negative
Yes.
card, but it's a negative negative. This is a very positive, powerful spread. We've got one, two, three, four primal or major arcana cards or trump cards, but we've got enough like pip cards to give it a sense of gritty reality. It's not just all pie in the sky, thematic stuff.
Mhm.
So this is good. These are rather thematic, but I understand that this is more nitty gritty of what you want to do. This is more motivational, so that works. Now, so these are the people that are going to help you. Seven. So what do you want from them? Again, here, subordinate supportive card. Um, Specifically, and this is okay, this is where you get to go. I want a pony and I want riding lessons and I want my friends to be jealous because I have a pony and they don't. I mean, you really need to get like 8-year-old bratty kid and go. It's nice to be polite. What is it? It's important to be nice, but it's nice to be important. It's important to be nice. Well, that's nice, but this is your wish list. You need to tell Santa exactly what you want. I don't know if you guys have heard the whole evil genie thing. I kind of reference it in my book, How to Get Him Into Anything You Want. But there's the story of the guy who goes, I want a mountain of gold. And the genie drops a mountain of gold on his head and says, well, you didn't specify. So we want to be very specific here. So that's one of the things in ABOS. Specify, specify, specify.
Mhm.
So no shame
Okay.
here, just to make sure, Victoria, what do you want these people to do? Do you want money? Do you want booze? Do you want friendship? Do you want them to come over and drag you clients in? Do you want advice?
No,
Only
I've
you
got
can
it.
answer this. Yes.
What what we actually we actually go through details in the real work together, like the steps you have to take. We're planning workshops together. I actually work with them. And so I think maybe the Knight of Pentacles, it's like the workhorse, like the details and the hard drudging kind of work and how to do it. We discuss all that and we do it.
Okay. Real quick, Jack says, thanks. Could use Three of Pentacles twice. It's the most appropriate. You could, Mandy, but I
Oh,
would prefer that you try to work with one deck. Um, yes, you can work with two decks. That's a little bit advanced, and nothing wrong with that. But I would prefer try with one deck. Be very clear. I'll get back to you, Natascha, in just a moment. Ali says, "Wheel of
mhm,
Fortune." I think the little animals in the corner reading books, knowledge maybe. Nice, good point. Thank you very much, Ali.
mhm, mhm,
When you
mhm,
said, "Okay, I'm going to bring this guy up because I want to," this is where, as a teacher, I'm going to start making well no, I'm going to make you feel bad about your decision. I'm not making fun of you.
no, no, I know why. I know why because
This to me
half,
doesn't say details.
yeah.
This doesn't really like what you
Okay.
described was amazing, but like
Okay.
the Six of Cups or
Okay.
let's see. Oh, oh my God! Ding, ding, ding! I'm going to say Saint Amour Squire. Oh, see, Sharon's not here, so she wouldn't get that Monty Python.
Hmm.
Details, details, details. I don't want to
Yeah.
change your opinion, but I want to show
Yeah.
you this refers more to what you said.
Yes. You're right. You're right. You're right. And the Knight of Pentacles is too static too, if you interpret it in the moving forward aspect. But yeah, you're right. That's a lot better. I agree.
And what I like
I
about
totally
this
agree.
is that there's no, like, unlike, let's say, unlike the Six of Coins or the Six of Cups, it's almost like somebody's being dominant. This, I know this guy's working alone, but it's got a kind of collective feel like we're here to do
Hmm.
the work. It's not about anybody's
Hmm.
ego. Look, the work needs to get done. So these people are like, yay, we want to support you. Yay, we want to support you. And they walk in and they're like, hi, glad to see you. Now, and they're rolling up their sleeves like, the pleasantries. Oh, yeah, yeah, Capricorn. We'll have 30 seconds of pleasantries and then we'll have 59 minutes and 30 seconds of get the hell to work. So I
Hmm.
like this, but again, it's not my manifestation. But I want you to really reach in and say, find the card that
Hmm.
says, yes, these people they're going to show up and really go to bat for me. It's like, yay. So,
No, this card is actually perfect. When you said it, I saw it right away. That's great.
okay, excellent. Well, that's my job is to, hopefully I'm doing it right. So let's do this. I'm going to have to, again, this is just a matter of limitations of technology. I probably get a special program for this, but it's working okay. So I'm gonna pop that. Oh, hey, what are you doing? Get over there. Get over there. Oh wow, it's gonna turn funny. Okay, so I'm gonna make it about the same size so we have some uniformity and go. Okay, that's interesting. So it's facing in toward you. I'm going to take a quick moment here. I think I'll make it a little bit larger and just address what somebody might be saying here. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this. Where is that? I'm going to actually lighten this layer so it's a little less distractive. So, I mean, we know that it's there, but now it's the card's taking more. Answer a couple of questions. Okay. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Or is it the world? Both of them. Yes. Victoria says, oh, thank you, Ali, by the way. Didn't mean to ignore you. Eight of Cups says, no, Victoria says Eight of Pentacles. Oh, there it is. She said it first. I didn't even look over there. So she said Eight of Pentacles in card position 7, everybody working with her. Nice. Thank you, Mandy.
Mhm.
Mandy says Hermit Wisdom from what she can get from them. Mandy, that's a very, very good card. We didn't use it, but I want to let you know I really do deeply appreciate that. And Marie says,
Mhm.
would Six of Wands worked in card position 6? They're all on her side and there for her. You know what? That would have been a good card. I like that, Marie. Again, going back to the beauties of study groups, everybody needs a study buddy. Everybody needs a study group. It makes all the difference in the world. All right, we got 2 more cards, and then I promise I'll let you guys go, so you guys can go get on with your life. But again, you're welcome to stay here. I'm not going to rush. I just don't want to waste your entire day. So we're up to card position 8. Now, checking our work, I'm liking it. Are you feeling okay with it right now?
Totally. I think it's amazing.
Okay, good stuff. That's the
Mhm.
most important thing. Oh yeah. So let's see. What the hell are we looking at? We're looking at when. When do we want it? I don't know. What do we want? Freedom. When do we want it? I don't know. Next week. When do we want pizza? I want pizza right now. Oh man. You know what? Screw you guys. I'm gonna go get some pizza. I've worked hard today. Rah. Uh. Okay. Yes. Oh my God. What a jerk. I'm seriously trying to explain this. So this is a good question. Let's step back and let's really think about this. When do we want it? Oh, July 1st, right?
Hmm.
Isn't that what you said? So
Yes.
let's put in card 8. Let's not make this a "oh, I want it right now" thing, because that's not what we want. So all of these cards are literally happening now, or they're on their way. So they're in action, they're in existence, they have a tangibility that they are happening. Some of them are more, it's almost like uh, I don't know, like Bewitched or something, when something, or I Dream of Jeannie, where something fades into existence. It's like it's there, it's just faded into existence. And some of these things are more tangible at the moment than others. Like right here, this is much more tangible, and this is much more tangible. Where maybe this right here, down at the Devil reverse thing, that's kind of phasing in. It'll become more and more clear every day, and a lot of it is because all of these cards support each other. This here helps this. This here makes this, and then all of that makes that. So good stuff. So, what do we use to represent July 1st? We can pick a
Mm.
card for, like, well, this represents the summer, or we can pick some event. I mean, I just want you to really. Is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to. I wish I could make those larger. I don't think on a Mac you can't just like zoom in like you can on a PC.
Mm.
We could use the sun card, like, oh, summer, except for the fact that we already used it. But if there's a card that represents a turning point or something, like you said, July 1st, is there something about
Mm.
that time, not necessarily that exact date? Are you expecting something? Is there a turning point in your life? Is it just that period?
Mm. It's I want when the summer really hits and when my mom is soon available, I want this to happen. So it's like for me, the start of really like high hot summer where I want to have a little more freedom.
Okay. You said summer and you said freedom, and you made me think this is, again, just a place to start, and I'm all ears. I'm hoping that we'll. What? Wait, don't do that. Um, Stupid Mac. There we go. I'm going to start us off with this guy, and then we will see. Get over here. Um, does this? And again, we could change it, but does that start you on a journey?
Mm.
Does it start you on a
I love
journey?
this too.
Okay.
Totally.
Perfect. Okay,
Oh
real
yeah.
real quick, just because I want to, 8 of Wands in card position 8. She wants it soon. Yes, Victoria, but remember it was July 1st she put in there. Okay, she says scratch out. How about Seven of Pentacles for the month of July. That works. Seven Pentacles. Okay, that works. Nine of Pentacles for Independence Day, 4th of July. Man, it was funny because I was thinking like 4th of July. And thank you, Mandy. We went in a different direction, but I like what you said about the Nine of Pentacles, 4th of July. You found the card that I couldn't pull in my head. Tara says Ace of Swords for July 1st. I liked that. Ooh, Ace, July 1st. Jack, Ace for the 1st of July. Are you, Ace of Cups. Are you two? Oh, see, because Cancer. Tara and Jack are like sharing a brain, psychically communicating with each other. So all these are options. Wait, I think we have one more. Oh, two more. Ali said I was thinking of the Fool. Yay! And Leslie says Knight of Wands in card position 8. Look at me, the fireworks. I like that. I like all of those suggestions. You see my suggestion here. You have all those
Hmm.
suggestions. You're more than welcome to pick any one of these cards. Look at all these prizes. All this could be
Wow.
yours.
I
What?
even had two more suggestions, like, sorry, the
No,
Empress
keep
because of the
suggesting.
wheat field.
I'm sorry, I talked over you.
Sorry, the Empress because of the wheat field as well as a
Okay.
as an idea.
And the other one?
And the other one, the Four of Wands, because when I think of this, I always think of summer, summer picnic, summer celebration, people wearing dresses.
Wow, so we got good ones. Personally, I like the Fool. I like the Four of Wands. I like some of the other ones, like the Aces. I know it's a lot to throw at you, but for the sake of moving this along, unless you really don't have something, because this is really for you, is there
Hmm.
one or two of them that really resonate with you? Because again, you're going to have to live with
I
this. The
think
rest of us get to go home and pat ourselves on the back.
I think I did like the Fool the best because of my need for freedom.
You did mention freedom. I mean, that was the.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Hey, look, there you go. There's your spread right there, like the giant full card. I mean, I've got to do this. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Ding. Okay, screenshot taken care of. Let me size him up. That means I'm going to go edit, transform, scale. No.
Oh, and I like the way he's right on top of the devil reversed as well.
Screw you. Yes, yes. In a vertical centered paradigm, or centric paradigm, he is dominant. He is, I'm above you all. Uh, you know what? Let's leave him kind of big because he's a nice card. So again, thank you everyone for your suggestions. I appreciate all of them. I hope no one is upset in any way that we haven't used your suggestions. I don't think anybody is because we have really good people. Taking a step back, this is a little Trump centric. It's a little major
Mhm.
arcana heavy, but
Mhm.
these two cards really make sense where they're at. This card is perfect. And this card, because we are representing what that 1st of July means to you. Oh my God. Sorry, just got to throw this out here. I'll give you the screenshot too because it was a funny screenshot. July 1st, here's where I think I'm genius. July 1st represents your stepping off point. You're leaving all that security and everything. Literally, you're saying, um,
Mhm.
I've got a deadline. If you ever want to light a fire under your butt, especially in business, and give yourself a deadline and stick with it and say, um,
Mhm.
somebody know the general in England. Roman general went to England, burned all the ships, and said, "If you want to go home, you're going to have to beat these guys." Literally, I just bastardized history. I saw something in the pool now I didn't see in any other cards. That's July 1st right there. Like that, his next step, he's gonna. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh God. Okay, I apologize, everybody, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, there's a.
Totally.
I'll hire a professional singer to come in and do my sound effects. I have to be careful because I'm so excited and so invested in this relationship. Relationship uh, in this spread, in this manifestation spread, in this that uh, I'm really feeling ownership of it. So I got to be careful not to tell you how to do this, but I really like that card because it sings to me. I hope that the freedom, the literally that the one small step for Natascha, one giant step for mankind, kind of thing. I hope that that really cements that, like July 1st is the dawning of the rest of your life. To steal a line from Green.
Yes,
Does that make sense?
absolutely. Yes, and I really wanted to use the Fool somewhere. I kept looking at it. I
Yeah.
was almost thinking of using it in card position 5, but then I didn't.
Another
So
gold star for Jack. I have him upside down. Okay, so he's supposed to be pointing in. Um, so yes, but same thing. It's not reversed. It just thank you, Jack. You saved my butt. You saved my bacon. Yeah, Jack was like, "Hey, it's not gonna be upside down." I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, how long do I want this thing for? This is a super important question because not everything we manifest needs to be forever. This particular thing you probably want for a very long time, and thus it's good to say. But some things, I want to raise. Well, I don't need a raise forever. I need a raise now. I know I need a car, and I don't want to be stuck with the car forever. But so there'll be card position 9 is very fluid as far as when and
mhm.
what. It depends on your circumstance. I think this one's kind of a no-brainer. You're going to want this one for a long time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to go into other
Oh,
phases after this phase of the business, but I would say 3 to 5 years in this phase
great, because we
before
don't
I go
want to
into
take this for granted. We want to really pick the right amount of time.
yeah, 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. Okay, let's throw it out to the audience just for fun, even though you might have some cards. Does anybody want to say 3 to 5 years? Does anybody have a card that really jumps out at them? The World for card position 9. I like that. Ten of Wands reverse, throwing down the shackles of the past for card position 9. And to me, the card represents harvest. Card position 9. Again, what we're doing is how long does she want it for? She wants it for 3 to 5 years. Or let's put it this way, this is a very powerful stage that she needs right now, but this is not the end of the road for her. This is not her,
No.
I'm here and I'm done. So anybody wants to jump in real quick? Otherwise, I'm going to throw it right back to Victoria. Sorry to make you wait. Um, Mandy says, Knight of Pentacles, steady, we'll move slowly. Okay, I like the fact that the knight, that it is a knight, so it's got its stability, but at some point that guy's going to be going forward. I think we can get a slightly better card, but I'd like that, Mandy. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody write in. One more thing. Oh, I'm sorry, two more. Six of Wands. In 6 years, she moves on. Oh, I see Six of Wands. I get that.
Good
That's a
lucky.
little numerological, but okay. Victoria says Wheel of Fortune for now. Ooh, I like this. Victoria says Wheel of Fortune because it's right for right now. When it's not, she moves on. So I'm going to put that and say I like that. Taurus says Queen of Wands. Fires burn for a period of time. So here's some options. So that's
Mhm,
all nice, but again, Natascha, despite what I say or anybody else says,
mhm.
like for everybody else, what really works for you? Is there any of these cards here that make you go, this sums up the phase that will be roughly the 3 to 5 years? So it's not so much how many
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
it's this represents me for now, and then I will evolve.
I think I've got an idea. It's the card that you picked, the very first one. It's the Nine of Pentacles, because right now I'm working really hard and it's 3 to 5 years. Hopefully I'll move on to a phase where things will be more automatic and I don't have to work as much or like do something else. So I'll be moving on to that more leisure time, having a little more money and moving on to the next phase. And my next phase will be that, I think.
Okay, so in that case, you will say that this card doesn't represent how long you want this for. This card represents your next phase. Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not quite sure I can get behind that logic, although I
Okay.
really do like the card. I'm just,
Okay.
again, when I say it's not my place to go in and tell you how to do it, I do have to warn you against the spread was laid out to say you're telling them I want it for this long and then I'll move on. Um,
Okay.
I could be wrong. Let me just think here for a moment because I like the card. I'm not quite sure I like the logic. How about again?
Mm-hmm.
Stick my big fat nose in this because it's kind of my job. How about
Mm-hmm.
I want it for I want to be this for a while. Is in how long do I
Mm-hmm.
want this for? I want this to be, I want to use this period of my life to accumulate the wealth, comfort, resources, stability that will allow me to move on. So,
Mm-hmm.
see, in other words, this is your emotional, financial, uh, and just platform savings bank that your savings account that you're filling up that
Mm-hmm.
you want to be this for a while, and once you get enough coins, once you are ready to evolve from this,
Mm-hmm.
do you see the direction that I changed it? Because I think in 3 to 5 years you're
Yeah.
not going to want to retire. You said you want to go into something better or something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, I'm always very careful not to not to like just bulldoze people. But let's try that. Let's see if that works, and I'll go back to a couple more comments. I'm not going to resize it. I'm just going to transform that, rotate that. Get over here. Hey, instant quick lesson in Photoshop. So pop that over here. Okay, so I'm going
That makes
to.
sense. Yeah, sense.
This is looking good. Now, just for fairness to everybody who did say something, because I do want all comments recognized. It's very egalitarian that way. Chariot signifies victory, but also indicates perpetual motion, as in moving on. Nice, Jack. Three of Wands. Didn't get any understanding of why 301 is Mandy, although I appreciate that. Sally. Oh, thanks for chiming in. Sally says 3 to 5. LOL. Seven of Swords. Oh yeah, Three of Swords in one hand, but five hand in the other. Again, very, very lineal, I mean, very linear, time-oriented thinking, and I appreciate that because we did kind of say 3 to 5 years at the beginning, and then we kind of changed the focus to something much more personal to you. Okay, so I know the cards are of different sizes, but I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Okay, I'm going to try. I'm trying to zoom in here. There we go. Maybe that's zooming in a bit too much. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to take a screenshot. I'll do that. No, is that right? No, I did it wrong. Okay, so I'm going to go screenshot it here. I will send you this screenshot. Not that you don't have that, but just permanent marker. There you go.
Mhm.
Looking at it as a whole, I see a lot of yellow and a lot of blue. I see black and then like very yellow and blue. I'm just color theory wise, and this is totally ancillary or ephemeral. Ooh, look at big fancy words. It seems happy. It seems supportive. It seems like work, 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 and like literally part. This is not a political statement. Work shall set you free. Really that's what I'm getting from these two things. But is this almost like a kaleidoscopic rainbow of wow? What a great thing will come from all of this.
Mhm.
Are you happy with what you're seeing here?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, do me a favor, close your eyes for a moment. open it back up. But before you open your eyes back up, try to imagine that it's tomorrow or next week. And when you just
Hmm.
open your eyes and look at the spread, does it make sense to you? Do you know what it's saying to you?
Yes, totally.
Okay, good. Because
I do. Yes.
right now it's easy because we just talked about it. But
Hmm.
if this is something you can live with and work with, we're good to go. We've done some real magic here. What comes next? Um, Hard work, yeah, hard work. But it's a fun job and intelligently applied effort. And
Hmm.
check in with this spread at least once a day. I know it sounds like a lot, but just little bits here. If you can grab 5 minutes a day, to more is better, but at least five, just to check in and go, this is where I'm going. This is why I'm doing all of this. There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. No, the payoff. It's uh, all of this is for a purpose. Uh, if you can really get behind all of that, you're going to find
Hmm.
that this spread is going to work very hard for you. And of course, I want to hear your progress. And if you ever need any help, obviously you just come back to me. But but you have literally everything is in your hands right now. You know what you're doing. You will do the physical work. Um, if you feel you need something specifically at any point, go back to your spread. Um,
Hmm.
you don't need to come to me and ask questions. Literally, just go to your spread and say, "What's missing? Ooh, I need more help from people." All right, mentally and psychically focus on the people and what you want from them. Or you get dejected or depressed,
Hmm.
or you get too stressed, go back to here and say, I need to clean this out so that I can. See, the so that you can, each one of these um, diagonal cards really helps bolster, strengthen, and clarify the first card. So if it seems a little lofty at some point, go to your supportive card, your motivational card, or the card that shows you how to do it or shows what's going to help.
Hmm.
These little mental tricks that you're doing to yourself will keep you psychologically aligned, but in a metaphysical way, it really reinforces that message you're sending out. Does anybody have any last minute thoughts? I really appreciate all the thoughts and cards here. Let's see. Sally says, yes, very enlightening. I can see how this goes together. Can't wait to try it on my own. Thank you both for sharing this experience. Well, thank you, Natasha. Sally says, thank you. Um, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, but most of all, I hope you realize you can do the same exact thing. The whole point was to show you how to do it. If you want or need help, I'm really fucking cheap. I mean, considering that we help people make miracles and change their lives forever, I'm here to help. If you want to do this on your own, that's fine too. But do it. I mean, get out there and do it. If you have the black book, instructions are there. If you don't have the black book, it's $20. If you want a fucking miracle, just $20. Leslie says, "Thank you both for a great class. Saying prayer over today. Love you both. Good luck." Thank you, Leslie. Um, Victoria, this is wonderful, super informative class. Thank you, Dusty and Natasha. Does Natasha work with past life work over long distance? I'm interested in a session. Woot! Ding, ding, ding. How about that? So, um,
Yes, I do.
Victoria, both of you, I think both Victoria and Natasha are in the academy. Uh, Private message each other, or if you can't, just grab a moderator and say, "Hey, I need to get a hold of each other." But I'll leave that up to you guys because I don't want to muscle my big fat nose into it. Mandy says, "Do you leave the spread out with the actual cards, or do you photograph it and look at the image?" Oh my God, a huge, super important question. I totally forgot to answer. I have personally found in my working, I would like all of you to have your favorite deck. That's the deck you shuffle with and do your divination with. I'd like you to have your second favorite deck. It still speaks to you, but it's not your absolute go-to one. Use that for manifestation. Okay, let's say you can't do that, or it's too much space because it's not a big giant thing, you can take a photograph. Try to take a really good photograph. You can print it out. There's different programs you can use to fake up a layout like this. And you can just do that digitally if you have that like kind of ability. And you don't even need you don't need Photoshop. You can go to pixlr.com, Pixlr, and that's like a free web version of Photoshop, and you just take the images of the cards, you pop them in there, and you turn around, whatever. It takes a little skill, but it's free. You don't even have to pay for it. Um, I would prefer that you have the actual cards out and a little cheat sheet. Part of what we didn't talk about today was a lot of the stuff. There's so much more that goes into manifestation, but you want to have a written statement, either in bullet point forms, paragraph form. Keep it short because you're going to want to read it every day, but it has to be clear and powerful. And again, this is what we teach in private class. Allie says, so when you check in with your spread, what do you do? No, it's not a dumb question at all. It's a great question. Thank you very much. Check in with your spread. It's a little bit of daydreaming, a little bit of brainstorming, a little bit of reinforcing what you know. So, for example, Natascha, what I'd like you to do on any particular day, and you vary what you do depending on how you're feeling on that day. And if you can check in with your spread more than once a day, that's really important. That's good. A couple times a day is nice. It
Hmm.
all really depends how serious you are and how important this thing is to you. This is not a
Hmm.
1 year spread. This is literally called a me now spread. So with something like this, you need it now. Check in as frequently as possible, depending on how terrifying the results of not getting this are. Um, Glance at each card position, remind yourself what it is that you're doing. Send a message out to the universe. Like, look at each card position and say, look, um, this is my goal. This is it. And then take each card position and say, look, I want to be this person. I mean, I like right here. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'll just do this. I'll go. I made all these layers so I could draw on it. So I want to be this person. Oh no, what's going on here? That's not good. Oh, sorry. I want to be this person. This is this is me doing it. Because if nothing else, if Natascha, if you focus on this for a week, the rest of this will come into play. And again, if you're not getting, no offense to your friends, but if you're not getting enough time or support, or all of this stuff is like, you know, taking you away from it, focus on this. Focus on, bring those people in, because the time you spend with them, psychically reach out to them and say, and we're not voodooing someone. We are making a petition to the universe to please deliver help. Now, almost always it'll be Victoria's close, tight knit friends, but you never know. Might be Torah, might be uh, whoever just said they wanted a reading. Sorry. So yeah, how do you focus on it? Lots of I could really go into that, but I hope that helps. Okay, got it. These cards become psychic shorthand to communicate with yourself in the future. Absolutely, there is that. Nice job of Natascha. Thank you for sharing, says Leslie. Thank you. That was brilliant. Thank you,
Thank you.
Natascha. Dusty. Thank you, Marie. Marie says thank you. Allie says thank you so much. Really grateful to all your help. Yay. Mandy says it was great to hear this and good luck, Natascha. See, Natascha, now there's
Thank
another
you.
thing. You've got a small group of people like sending you positive, happy thoughts in their subconscious mind. They want you to win because, in a way,
Yay.
you win means they win. You know,
Thank you, everybody.
yeah, yes, that's what I think, everybody. A couple more because
Yay.
I
Okay.
really want to validate everybody who took the time to type something in. Jack says, great session, Dusty. I've really enjoyed it. It's given me a great insight into how this stuff works. Thank you. And good luck to Natascha. Thank you, Jack. You're far too kind.
Yippee.
Paul, very valuable experience. Thank you, Dusty. Happy Saturday. Yay. Leanne, hello, Leanne. Looking forward to progressing in class. Thank you very much for sharing. Absolutely. Victoria, woo. Yeah, in addition to focusing on the spread on a daily basis, do you do anything else to charge the spread, activate it in any way? Yes, Jack, that's beyond the scope of what I'm doing right here. I teach some of that in the advanced part of the class. I definitely teach the hell out of that in private classes. You can ask Mandy. Um, and in Aphrodite's Book of Secrets, absolutely. Yes, a new psychic network. Yes, it is a new psychic network. It's Mandy here, or did Mandy leave real quick? Mandy, can I take you off of mute real quick? I don't know. I just want I'm straight from the horse's mouth here. I'm sorry, Natascha. I don't mean to eat into your time. Okay, yes. Mandy, I know that it may not be, uh, oh my God. Oh no, we have two Mandys here. Which Mandy? I forgot Mandy's last name. Which one was I teaching? Oh no, I feel bad. Just Mandy, if you're yeah, yeah. See, you didn't show up under Lee. You showed up under Armstrong. That's why you threw me, crazy Mandy. Hey, Mandy.
I've got so many names, I don't know who I am.
Oh yeah, life during wartime, talking heads, right? Okay. Only because I want to abuse people's time and I want to do this in very, very, very short time because I don't want to abuse people's
Okay.
time too much. Can you tell me what, as honestly as you can? I know it's kind of probably like leading the witness, but tell me what you think of your private lessons.
Oh my God, it was just the best decision I ever made. It's just like amazing to be able to hog your time, ask you absolutely anything that just springs into my mind. You always back up everything you say with so much detail, and it does all go in. I feel like I'm a sponge completely when I'm doing the private lessons with you, and it's just giving me so much confidence. And I did this party last night. I did 11 readings back to back, and I just sort of sailed through it. It's like I flew through it because you helped me plan how I was going to do it. I wasn't nervous at all. I just felt so supported because I just knew how I was going to handle it all, and it worked. I mean, I threw myself right in the deep end, and I sort of came out the other end. And how that would have been if I hadn't been having the private lessons, I don't think it would have been the same experience. I would have winged it. I don't know if that's proper English, but I'd have got through it somehow. But it was just a joy to do it last night, because I was so prepared for it. And I'm sorry, but yeah, all right, it was me that did it, but I've done it. I didn't feel alone in there at all because of what I've gained from the private lessons with you. And I've got a lot more private lessons to come. It's like I'm on the edge of my seat every time. Like, it's like, what am I going to learn this time? It's amazing. Well worth every penny.
Thank you very much. I'm blown away. Um,
Wow.
okay, I'm gonna take Mandy. I'm gonna put you off. And I apologize to the other Mandy person. I was like, I can't remember anybody's name. Look, thank you guys for being here. Next week we'll probably just go back to something boring, like I don't know. Not that anybody's questions are boring, but I think it's going to be kind of hard to follow up this one. Maybe in another month or something we'll do another example of a private lesson where you guys can sit in absolutely free. So again, you guys don't want to spend any money, but that's fine. Please, okay, I'm going to say this one more time because I just love the phrase. For the love of Christ, get your butt in school. There is a school in New York. If for any reason you don't like me, if you don't like the way I talk, the way I look, anything like that, there's a school in New York. They seem to be doing pretty good stuff. They're good people. That's the thing. They're good people, and they really work hard at what they do. And they're not scamming. They're not faking. They're not overcharging. I think it's called Terrasophy. I mean, you have to go check it out, but. Um, they got their thing. Now, like any experts, we will disagree on certain things. That's fine. I'm adamant. I only teach you what I know, what I believe in, what works, what has worked for all the hundreds of professionals that I've worked with, what works for my students, what works for me. That doesn't mean other things don't work. But if I can't stand up and say this works, I won't teach it to you. And then, of course, if something's totally wackadoodle, I will rant about it, as you guys probably know. But please, whether it's me or somebody else, if you want to really get value, I'd like you to buy my books. Hopefully, you join the course or private lessons. Again, I'll give you crazy deals. I'm crazy, but if not me, find someone, study them, study under them, and ask them. It's like Mandy said, ask them questions. Get in their grill and go. I want to know. So, if you guys need to know anything specifically, show up next Saturday at 12:30 Pacific time. Type your questions early so I can get to them. And if you guys want to do something crazy like this in the future, where we just spend an hour just helping someone, let me know. Maybe it'll be you. But give me some ideas, because I keep these as free flowing and as open as I can, because this is your time. This isn't for me. Um, I mean, okay, maybe it's advertisement. Hey, look, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, but no, this is free time. No catch, no gimmicks, nothing to sign up for. If you're not getting my free e-lessons by email, go to easytarotlessons.com, and it says right there, sign up for our free email list, or go to funtarotlessons.com and sign up there. Either one. This is a fun little site. If you want to join the academy, it's easytarotlessons.com/members. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you need anything, just email me. I'm always happy to answer questions. Natascha, thank you from the bottom of my heart and the top of my heart for being so open, so honest, and so easy to work with.
Well, thank you, Dusty. I really loved the lesson. It was super great.
Yay.
Fabulous.
I'm going to go run around in circles now. Oh, that's right. I'm going to go get a pizza. Uh, Everybody, take care of yourselves, and just have fun.